Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. And I say everybody, I think there's two in the chat at the moment. If you are in the chat and you can hear me and you can see everything okay, let me know. If you can't, also let me know. I have no idea if everything is working. So if somebody could let me know, that would be absolutely fabulous. A bit perturbed, as we say, since the last episode. We finished in third. We had an extremely good episode last time. We won 4 games and drew 1. It was that West Brom game that annoyed me, beating all these top sides around West Brom, who were 20th in the league, and same old story. We couldn't beat the team 20th in the league. And that's cost us somehow, because even though we beat all the other teams in the Premier League, Tottenham, and I don't know, that was the only one, wasn't it? So 1 win, 1 draw. And we have dropped down the table. We were 3rd, and now we are 5th. Hey, Tommy, how are you doing? Thanks for letting me know. And that's perturbed me a little bit, and it just goes to show you can't afford to drop points in the Premier League, or the league is going to drop you down a couple of places. We win today. Some of the teams above us have already played. You can see United, City, Liverpool, Tottenham, they've already played, which is why we've dropped down. But if we win today, we can go up to 3rd again, putting pressure on the 2 Manchester clubs who are at the top. So a good win against Villa. Sounds like a tough fixture. Shouldn't be really, because they are not playing very well in 2031 and they are 14th in the league. Probably still a very, very good team. I have to be very, very wary. I'm going to continue playing as we were last time. There's no reason to change it. But I have been looking around in the transfer window, because I've started to realise I'm a little bit short in midfield. So I was looking for a midfielder, but couldn't really find anything. We've got money. Lucian Stan is going to be sold. I've also put a couple of the other players up. We could end up with about 100 mil, 120 mil. We got money. But there's a shortage of quality players around. Now, what I was thinking about, instead of bringing in a defensive midfielder that I can't find, was bringing in a centre-back. And I was looking at Jules Koundé, exceptional, 13 million, could bring him in now. The only problem with him is that he's going to be wanting around about 800,000 to 900,000 pounds a week. He's 32 years old, but still got pace. He's got everything. He's a great defender. And then I was thinking of someone I had my eye on anyway, Antonio Silva. He's not as good, 36 mil to 44 mil, but he's younger, and still an exceptional centre back. So bringing in, good evening, Rage. Bringing in a centre-back would probably solve the problem, because what I could then do is push Yoro up to play as the anchor or the ball-winning midfielder. So we could solve the problem just by doing that, which is probably what I will do. We'll then have 5 in midfield, which will solve the problem. Now we have to go and play Villa. Yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying going over and watching Tony. While I was sick, it gave me something to do. The only problem is, Rage, it got me thinking I really need to get back streaming. We had a good session last time, winning 4 and drawing 1, as I said. I'd like to think we can continue this. We are predicted to finish 2nd. I'm going to stay at balanced. I know he does like this team to attack, which is kind of strange for my assistant. He's kind of changed his attitude a little bit. Frimpong has a fitness issue, but he should be fit enough. I could bring Patterson in for him, but I'm going to go with Frimpong. I think we should be winning this. I don't think there's any reason why we shouldn't be winning this. It's a rotated team. I'm going to play Kumalo up top, just to give Kanate a rest. I think that's probably a good plan. I also want to rest Wirtz. They're all very tired after Europe. Gray is tired. And so I just want to give some of these boys a rest. We'll see how that goes. I've also brought Biomo back into the squad. Come Christmas, we'll have to have a look. Good evening, Ben. How are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. We'll have to see Christmas time how Biomo will fit in. But he is actually registered to play, which is good to see. So we'll see how he gets on. He could also play as the right back, but we'll see. I'm going to go with this team. I'm giving players a game. I think it's probably the right time in FM terms to rotate. We've been on a good run, so we'll see. I don't know how it's going to go. Aston Villa not performing particularly well in 2031. We have been on a good run lately, so go out there, boys, and impress me. And that's exactly what my assistant said we should say. And they all are very happy, very up for it. Once again, I'm always going to go back when I do remember to check. If you have a look at what the assistant has advised here, and we go and change it, he has added a few bits and pieces, and he will often change things. They are not a bad team. And Jacob Ramsey, yeah, I would say definitely let's type mark him. Look at their defensive mids. Kamara is probably a good player. I think I was watching him play live today. Was I watching him play live today in the Champions League? I'm not sure. But there we go. It's a game we should win this. But it's a banana skin, and I don't like banana skins. 15th in the table, Villa. Let's do our jobs, boys. I've actually, tactically, I've just decided to pull the line back a little bit. They're not pacey, and so I'm wondering why I've chosen to do that. They have a decent amount of pace. They're good dribblers. So that's probably why I'm being a little cautious at the moment. We are away, and I don't want to go and give opportunities away, gift opportunities. So I think we should do well. And Kumalo with the corner. Come on, Kumalo. Give us a game today. Into the near post. Go on, Euro. It's nice to see more getting more football. We do need to rotate. As we're coming up to Christmas, players are getting tired, getting injured. We do need to rotate more. So good to see Mora getting games. Kamalo is interesting, playing him up top for a change. Nothing that he can't do. Be nice to see him score a couple of goals, but we've been robbed. And that's poor from Euro. That's shows that he hasn't played in a while. Needs to get back into position. And he's not getting back into position very quickly, which is something to keep an eye on. And we need to tidy this up if we can. That was not good. Euro. We've got to keep an eye on Euro. He's looking a bit rusty. And Villa have got the momentum at the moment. But we are back up their end of the pitch. I do think that maybe... Let's come off the counter press. Let's just take our time in this game. Let's not go running around like idiots. I think that Villa are a better team than the league suggests. And it's one of these games that we could easily lose unless we're careful. So let's not do anything over the top and get out of position. Is that a corner or is that... It was a very good save if he got his hands to that. Near death moments, Ben. You mean the I've nearly thrown it out of the window moments? No, I wonder. My assistant said go and attack them. I've ignored everything that he said and gone a little bit more cautious, and Villa are dominating. Should I actually take his word for it or go with my instinct? After all, I'm a better manager than my assistant. And there's a chance. Mora has done it. We are a goal up. And I really don't like that movement that FM's got with these headed goals. But I'll take the goal. But his movement is ridiculous. Where does he start? Where is Mora in this? He's running that way. There is no way he could twist himself now from there and get the power to head it in. But I'll take it. It's a goal. So maybe I was right to be a little bit cautious. I just love that. There's no way anyone could score a goal like that except for Newcastle players. And Coritiba, of course, scored many of them. So we train that manoeuvre regularly. And we're a goal up. I don't care whether it's a realistic goal or not. And good to rotate. And I think Sidamar, playing a little bit, erring on the side of caution, has been the right thing to do. We've dominated the game, and I think Villa probably were expecting us to come and attack them. And I think I've just outfoxed them a little bit here by sitting back and drawing them out a little bit. We've got Larson and Landerson in midfield. What a chance. So we have got a pretty much a reserve midfield out there, and they're doing well. They're both doing well. 6.8s apiece. And I think I've had to because of these Thursday matches we've been playing. The boys are getting very tired. So I think I was right to rotate today. It was a good call, I think. And we've just about edged the game by what I'm looking at. We do want to be careful. We don't want to let Villa back in. But I have set up defensively, so hopefully he will defend well, and that's nicely done by Frimpong. Jesus Abba, who's going to be the best centre-back in the world, without a doubt. And he's going to do something silly in a minute, just to because I said that. And nicely played around. Come on, let's beat Villa. We've got this, boys. Larson, tidy game in midfield with Landerson. They're both playing extremely well. Probably deserve much more playing time, in fact. And there's number 2, and it's Kamalo, but he's given offside, is he? I don't know how he could have been offside, because he crossed it from the byline, and Kamalo was a yard off the byline, so I don't know how he could have been offside. But yeah, I don't understand that one. Maybe we'll get a look at it. So he crossed it. Oh, he's out of play and then comes back on the pitch. Something fell off there. I don't know what fell off my desk there. Still haven't got my head around the ideas of playing more defensive. And I don't know what I'm trying to do. I think that what happens, this game is 24 is basically about risk. How much risk are you willing to take? And when you're playing against teams lower, or at least I'm finding this is not tested and proven, that the more attacking you are, the more space you leave behind, if you like. So the more attacking you are, your fullbacks. Oh my good lord, I just said, be careful, we don't want to go and give them anything. Now that was a good goal. And I did say Kamara should be tight marked, didn't I? And did we do it? Did I do it? Nah. So I did say Kamara should be tight marked, and I didn't do it, and I paid for it. And that was pretty poor on my part. But we are still, and yeah, so you're not only are your fullbacks and your wingbacks going forward, but also your ball-playing defenders, if you're on attacking, they will look to get forward as well. So you're leaving huge amounts of spaces. And, of course, teams at the bottom of the league are going to sit back and wallop great big balls over the top. And I think that's why you get beaten against teams lower in the league. So we're going to try a more defensive outlook and see if that works. I mean, the idea being is if you're more defensive, then yes, you're right, Ben, it will draw them out. They have to come at you. So you're sitting back and then giving them their own medicine, as it were. The mentality affects how much you go forward. So if we're on a balanced mentality, we're not going forward as much. And so they're getting the ball in their half, and also they're having to come out. If we go to a mid-block, they have to come out and play it out. They make mistakes. And hopefully, we'll see. It's a theory. It's a theory I have. Not too happy with some of these players. Peterson, Yoro, and Frimpong all need a little bit of you've not been good enough. So hopefully in the second half we can take this game. We're getting a little bit tired. So that's why I came off the press as well, because I'm aware that this European stuff is sapping the energy. So, but Villa have not really troubled me. Just nobody really has been anything of a problem. I need to get the ball to Carioca somehow. Maybe I'm going to play through the middle just to try and get the ball to Carioca. I do have to make some subbies here. Well, I'm going to play that way for the rest of this save, Ben. If I'm playing someone at the bottom, then what I'm going to do is set the team up that way. And it's like, we are not going to lose this. You have to beat us. Because in FM, a draw is a very good result. A win like that, with a goal from Kamalo, is even better. And it's good to see Kamalo scoring a goal. I mean, like Villa. And looking at how Villa are setting up, they are expecting us to attack. So they've set up to defend. But unfortunately, we've not attacked them. And so, because we're just playing balanced, we are not. Our wing backs and our ball-playing defenders are, in the main, staying put. So this is causing a problem for Villa, who want to play us on the counter. And we can see that they're not interested in keeping the ball and passing the ball around. They just want to play us on the counter, and we're not letting them play on the counter. And it's a problem for them. That's Frimpong. You're supposed to be a world-class player. Now get your act together. But at least he got the ball back. So I do want to get the ball to Carioca. He's having a very good game, and I want him much more involved. Him and Siedemar, if they can then combine. Oh, he's very, very tired, is he, Carioca? Oh, Landerson. Close. Okay, so let's first off take that off. And then go and make some substitutions. He is tired. A lot of them are tired. Yoro has started to improve. Veloso can come on, have a game. Peterson is very tired, so Moreno can play on this side. I think he can. Can he play over on that side? Can, but don't particularly want him to. Patterson can, can't he? So Patterson can come on for Peterson. I think we'll change both wing backs. Moreno can come on as well. One of those midfielders will need to come off. We'll leave it as it is at the moment. Just get the wing backs changed. Yeah, I know, but let's be fair. The Villa's goal, it was a great goal. Let's be fair. If I'd have scored that, I'd have been very happy. So we can't argue with that. Some goals you can't defend against. Go on, Larson. Oh, he's passed it to... What was that? What, Mora? That's why I haven't been picking him. Attacking mid. What a dreadful effort that was. I mean, this is the right way to play against Villa, especially away. I don't want to be going gung-ho. What worries me is they've had 4 attempts, 4 on target. But their XG is appalling. But that tells me that they're having to take long shots because we're defending deep. And they're not good enough to score from distance. But what I might do is get the line further up, because it does worry me a little bit that they are finding the space to take those shots. So we'll just push the line a little bit further up. We'll take off. I'm going to play. Oh no, not as a ball winner. I'm going to play João Neves or Shazavari. Who shall I bring on? João Neves has got something in the tank, hasn't he? For Larson. No, I don't think we'll play Ward-Prowse as a ball winner. Siedemart has gone and taken a bump, but they've got a red card. Yes! And a lot of people would say, now that they've got a red card, you should up your mentality one. Not if you're winning. You've got absolutely no reason to try to be more attacking if you are winning. Just leave it as it is. Do what you're doing, you're winning. And don't let the fact they've had a player sent off ruin what you've been doing. So I would say no, don't up it by 1. A lot of people believe that that's the way to go, and we're just seeing this game out by the look of it. Nothing seems to be happening, and I'll be very happy with 3 points here. Very, very happy with 3 points here, but that's poor. Come on, Moreno. Got to shout at them. We've got to focus, boys. This is not good enough. If they're going to equalise now, are they? The late goal, the famous FM late goal. No. I thought they had scored for a minute. We deserve to win. I mean, we've just totally tanked them. Our XG isn't brilliant. But we've been the better team possession-wise. We haven't dominated possession. We've just passed it better when we've had it. We've moved them around a little bit better. That's a lovely ball. Into the box. Camalo. Is Camalo? Nope. Valesso. Camalo. Must be. Oh, good save. So it's 2-1. And I think that's got to be it now, referee. I think we'll call it a day there. No, he's got one more highlight. Can I do another replacement? I can, you know. More. Oh, that's it. Full time. So we have beaten Aston Villa 2-1. That should put us... I think well done. That was a good win because we were the away team. And so that puts us up to 4th. Chelsea have gone top. We are predicted to finish second. I would like to think we can win the league. I agree, Ben. It's a very, very good result, that, I think. I'll take that. Siedemar. Oh, your passing was excellent. Rooney. Everton boss was spotted keeping an eye on Larson. He wants you not signing Larson. No chance. No chance. I think we have a break here, don't we? So our good form continues. We haven't lost since Norwich, that famous day. We've won 4 in a row. Arsenal next. It's an international break, so we need to just plough through these. So I just wonder. I think we will win trophies this year. I just wonder how many people think. Yeah, I don't have a problem with him leaving. How many people think we will win the championship? Will we win the title this year? I think we have a very, very good chance, and I think that this is a topsy-turvy season, because normally I would like to finish top 4 and then go into the Champions League next year and win the Champions League, but that's not how it's working out. And we'll maybe win the title this year, and we won't win the Champions League then next season. So I think we will win the league, to be honest. This is a good enough team now, and might take the legs out of them. I think the squad depth is good. I'm not worried. I think we might win the Europa League as well, but then that's, again, it's a season too early. Pleased that he will be playing soon. He's not going to get a game. He just needs to just run his contract down. I just think we could possibly win the Europa League and the Premier League. And maybe even with the way we're playing in the Carabao Cup, we might even win the Carabao Cup as well. We're certainly set to get to... Harwell Davis has begun training again. Fantastic. We have got a new coach, have we? But it's the Champions League that we need. It's not the Europa League or the Premier League title that we need. And usually if you have a good season like this, you're going to have a bad season the following season because your players get pinched. I'm not quite sure what else happens to them, but they kind of like it's very hard to do it again in real life, and the players, FM reflects that they don't play as well, and so even I'm hoping that we don't do really well this season, and that next season we can have more of a focus when we're in the Champions League. Because it worries me if we have this good season that I'm afraid we're going to have. So I'm not even worried about playing the likes of Arsenal anymore, Man City. We'll take anybody at the moment. When we have the cup draws, I just, come on, bring them on. City, give us City. We're a good team. And their strength, if we can bring in a really good midfielder and bring in a good central defender, then I think we are just set. We are a very, very good team. The only problem I have is managing them in terms of their playing time, which gets a little... I don't need to tell him off. And it's 6.95. Come on, he's 37 years old. What do you want to tell him off for? 6.95. I think have to be optimistic that we are going to finish the save with Newcastle. We're not going to have to move on to Real Madrid or Barcelona or Juventus or whatever. Newcastle are going to be good enough to win the Champions League, whether it's next season or the season after. I don't think it's going to take me much longer than that. No, we're not moving, Ben. We are not going anywhere. This Newcastle team is going to finish the save. Who is he? He's a defensive midfielder, is he? He's 21 years old. He's a good player for 21. Very, very good player. He's a deep line playmaker, though. I don't want to play a deep DLP in there anymore. But still a good player, though. Could play him as a segunda. That's an option, but he's definitely not a ball winner. He could play as an anchor, I think. He wouldn't do a bad job as an anchor, but he's not a natural anchor. Again, it's his marking and his tackling that's going to let him down. It's a brilliant, he's brilliant DLP for the future. So he's definitely worth keeping an eye on. There's no reason why we can't switch the anchor to a DLP role in the future. There's no reason why we can't do that. So he's definitely worth keeping an eye on. He really is another good player. It's just 14.5 million. Not brilliant, but like as a third choice centre back, just a brilliant player. As a third choice centre back would be absolutely brilliant. So let's get him on there. Not quite sure what to do about these. At the moment, I must have about 40 mil, 43 mil. I've also got two players who could bring in about 60, 65 mil. So I could end up with 100 mil. I've got 7.3. So I've got 500 in terms of wages. So it is possible, if I can sell those two players, that I'll have the money to bring in the central defender that I want, the 32-year-old. He's such a good player. If I can bring him in, that would be awesome. Koundé. I don't think there is a better central defender out there than him. Exceptional, all over the place. Even Jesus Abba is not as good as he is at the moment. Compare him to Jesus Abba. Jesus Abba, you can clearly see, just apart from the fact that Abba's better in the air, you can clearly see he's way better than Jesus Abba at the moment. And Jesus Abba is an absolutely splendid central defender. But central defender at 33 years old, it wouldn't put me off. A midfielder or a winger or a striker, someone who has to do a ton of running, that would put me off. But a central defender who pretty much stands in one place. Hey, G Banana, how are you doing? Good to see you. A central defender who really doesn't do much apart from stand there and head the ball away or head it into the goal. I mean, he doesn't do much running around, so it wouldn't worry me at all. Jimenez, 21 years old? Or Iwan Jimenez. Not a bad forward. Positioning, really, that's a defensive trait, but useful for corners and stuff. I think he's a very good forward. Brentford. Not brilliant, but a good forward. Let's just... oh, he's already shortlisted. Yeah, he did. He looked tidy. I wouldn't say brilliant, but good, decent. So we know about him. There's no more. Florian Wirtz should be... I'm not in charge, so you do it. Tonali. I'm not in charge of this, so you do it. Newton strength. Okay. We changed the set piece coach, have we? Is he a set piece coach? Well, yeah, he's got 15 set pieces, so let's do it. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe he should be. How happy? Oh, very happy. He's one of my favourite players. Of course I'm going to say that. I have no idea what's going on behind the scenes in training. He might... do you put a big emphasis, Ben, on finishing? I don't put a big emphasis on finishing. Yeah, of course, it means that they know where the goal is and they can put it in the back of the net. But I would like to see much more in terms of off the ball and composure and decisions. And if he's got 10 finishing, but he's got 19 of all those 3, he's a great forward, and he would get my vote any day of the week. Yeah, finishing is good, but... I don't know. I'd much prefer his decision making, his off the ball, and his composure to be better than his finishing total, if you like. The higher he is on those 3, the less it matters. Off the ball is possibly the most important attribute that the striker has. He needs to get into position and couple that with decisions. It doesn't matter if he's only got 10 for finishing. If he's 2 yards out from the goal, he's going to score. Players to transfer. Tonali, I don't want to transfer this. Tonali, he's only 31. And I'm going to have a real job finding someone else. His contract... 33. No, we're not going to. Frimpong. Again, he's another one of these, isn't he? 33. No, we don't need to do anything. Thank you very much. We'll think about it next summer. Sell him. I mean, we'd get some nice money for those 2, but I can't see anybody out there that we've scouted who could replace them. Too old for the under-18s. So am I. Moreno could become better than Frimpong. Kieran Smith is an interesting player. He's also a good defender. 19 years old. He's got the basics. Just not aggressive, but could become a very good player. And then Dom Baker, I've just put him up for sale. He really doesn't fit my plans. 42 mil, if we can get 35 mil for him, I'll be happy. I've got too many attacking mids, and I haven't got room. And it's the same players who are performing well all the time, except Kumalo. Hasn't done very well this time. Scored a goal last time out, so thought, I don't need to train hard now. Scored. Anybody got an update on the Champions League with Arsenal? Anybody know what's happening? Shakhtar, I think they're playing, aren't they? Just wondering if anybody knows what the latest score is. I could look it up actually, couldn't I? Europa League. Where is it? Arsenal winning, are they? UEFA. Cool. It's brought them all up, Google, apart from the one I wanted. Where's the Europa League? It's Champions League, Conference League, and no Europa. Now type in E, and there it is. What's the score here? So 1-0, yeah? Arsenal are winning 1-0. I watched Milan earlier. That was a decent game. Dortmund 2-0 against Madrid. That's cool. That is a result I like. Dortmund 2-0 against Madrid. Peterson, Guehi, Arwell Davis. Yeah, let's get these back in. Tonali, Neves, Florian Wirtz, Gray, Siedema, Carioca. Yeah, and then I think though Kumalo is playing better than Carioca at the moment, although Carioca is a better player, clearly. I'm not sure I want him as the attack, he's a support. So yeah, I think we have to go with that. Frimpong and Peterson, Euro, Landerson, Larson, Kumalo, Mora, Kanote. And I think Kanote is my top scorer, so he's going to come back into the team instead of Siedema. And we're going to line up exactly the same against Arsenal. We're not going to do anything against Arsenal except just play very balanced, keep the line where we had the line before. Don't make mistakes at the back. And then hopefully we'll sneak one. So these are results that are good. United were beaten by City. We do need to win though. Liverpool drew. Chelsea beat Brentford. So Chelsea are the team to beat. But we do need a result. I'd like to get 3 points here that could take us into third. I want to keep in touch with them. So I'm confident against these Arsenal teams. I think morale is high. We are playing well. We have a very good team. And I think we have every chance of beating them. I just, because we are home, I wonder if we should be a little bit more positive. But I'm not going to do anything that will risk just giving them space behind us. And I don't want to do that. I want us to be solid. Yeah, he wants to go. He loves an attack. Last year, he was he's saying play defensive. It's like, yeah. Like, I'm going to go attacking against Arsenal. Yeah, you mad? And I think we just do as we've been doing. I do wonder. I'm actually thinking about going into a low block. Let's go into a low block. We'll come off the trigger press a little bit. And that will mean that I can come off the counter press then. We'll counter attack. So we're playing a low block. I just feel that might be the way to beat Arsenal. Because they do. Real Madrid. Yeah, I don't like Real Madrid, so I'm happy Dortmund are beating them. Very, very happy that they're beating them. So I'm gonna play with the low block against Arsenal. Why not? Do I want to play Kamalo? Big call, this one. No, I'm gonna leave Karaoke in the team. And here we go. They're all happy. Let's go and beat Arsenal, boys. I'm worried that is Mark Saka? Yeah, I need to have a look at that. I'm worried that if we give Arsenal too much respect, then that might not be a good thing. We also need to type mark Declan Rice. I am aware of that. And put him on his left foot. But the rest of it, I don't think we need to worry about them too much. Giving Arsenal too much respect, allowing them to come on to us. We'll see. By halftime, we might have to change it. We are favourites, are we? Our home form is important to us. Let's get out there, score some goals, boys, and bring home the bacon. We shouldn't be worried about Arsenal. We should beat Arsenal. Interesting that 2031, Declan Rice is still playing. Gabriel Jesus is still playing for them. Saka is still playing for them. All we've got is Tonali. So they have a very aging team. But experience counts for a lot. Udogi is still playing. Saliba is still playing. They have a team that must be aging. But we are younger. We should be able to beat them. And players like Florian Wirtz almost one up. I do like a low block against better teams. Or teams that you are perhaps afraid of. Play in a low block. Have a look at them. You can always change it later. I do like the low block and how the low block plays out. Wirtz is having a very good game today for a change. We're creating loads of space. The good thing about using a low block is you don't have to change your mentality to do it. A lot of people think that you have to go defensive or cautious when you're playing in a low block. No, you don't. You can be attacking in a low block. A low block's got nothing to do with how you attack. It's all to do with how you defend. And where you're putting your lines. That's all a low block is. It's nothing to do with your mentality. And I don't know why people have this idea that you have to be defensive in mentality when you go into a low block. It doesn't make sense to me. A low block is just a choice of where you're putting your lines so that you get more people behind the ball. It also gives you an opportunity to save energy because you're not interested in their defensive third of the pitch. So really like the low block, and since FM fixed it in FM22, it's been a really good tool, the low block. So yeah, playing against teams that worry you slightly, I would always say start on a low block, see what happens. And we are creating chance after chance after chance here. We've absolutely blown them away, even though we're in a low block and playing unbalanced. They are old, though, and that's why I think we're giving them the run around. simply blowing them away. Again, I've got players up the middle who are playing extremely well. Should I be focused? Oh, this is lovely stuff. It's in! It's an own goal by Saliba. And we are ahead. We are beating Arsenal. And this is really looking like a team that can challenge for the title. And there may be a couple of good signings. A team that can win the Champions League next year. It's going to take a couple of good signings. But I think we're going to have the money to do it. Well, that was a good start. It's just simply blowing Arsenal away at the moment. Gotta love the low block. And it's not like we're even trying to keep possession. As you can see, we are like playing with a really high tempo. So this is a pretty decent team. Maybe I do need to think about keeping possession a little bit better. But I like this high tempo. If you can do it, do it. If you can't do it, then don't do it, of course. But if you can pass, then try it at high tempo. It's very effective. I do like the high tempo. Jesus, Abba there showing his class. I bet you're loving it, Ben. You'd love to see that in real life, wouldn't you? Mind you, I expect you'd like to see Florian Wirtz and Koryaka and Akim Gray playing for Newcastle. Oh, what? That's like a free kick was how... Who was it we played last time? Villa. That was Villa's only way of scoring as well. Long range. And how many shots have they had? One? Since the game started. Two. Oh boy, look at the difference in terms of our passing and their passing. And there's a gulf between the two teams. And it's 1-1. This is so FM. This is so FM. An absolute ocean between the two teams. And I think I need to be angry. I'm not happy with your performance. It is an FM moment that nobody is particularly played very well for Arsenal. And we've totally dominated it. And somehow, like a 40-yard free kick they've scored. Oh well. Such an FM moment. I mean, you can see from all the stats, we've absolutely pasted them. I don't think we need to change anything. We just got to hope we get that second goal. Same as Villa. We're playing extremely well. Just get that second goal, boys. Go on, Wirtz. Oh, it must be. He's going to be given offside, is he? Is he offside? I got a funny feeling he was, but it's close. He hasn't scored in a while, Gray. Yes, he scored. I had a funny feeling it might have been offside. He was onside. No, that's fine. That's a good goal. 2-1. Yes. I'm glad that FM has decided to address this issue of their 0.04 XG. And we don't want any laptop destroying moments here. And we've simply blown Arsenal away. Wirtz is tired now. I need to bring him off. We'll just wait until he puts the corner onto the Jesus Abba's head. Go on, Sam. Not quite. Go on, make it 3. We just look so dangerous. You would love this, Ben, if Newcastle were playing like this week in, week out. What's happened here, referee? What's he given there? Goal kick? Oh, that was a strange highlight. Let's get Florian Wirtz off. He's a bit tired. Kamalo can come on. I don't want Kamalo as the attacking, and I want to tell Kamalo to shoot less often. If I make him a much more supporting player, he plays a lot better. Peterson is playing well. Defensively, we're not great, but not bad. We'll leave the rest for another 10 minutes or so. Cry with happiness week in, week out, Ben. Wouldn't it be lovely? Watching the goals being banged in like this. And even like soul-destroying moments like that with Arsenal, knowing that you're going to come back and win it. Knowing that it's such a good team. Siedemar for Gray. And we do need to... They are getting tired, aren't they, though? They're getting very tired, and we're not even counter-pressing at the moment. And I've come off the trigger press a little bit, but they're still getting tired. The long shots, FM, I know what this is about. FM's telling me don't defend with a standard line. But come on, twice in 2 games, I'm not buying it. Frimpong can come on. It's nice to have some wing backs to be able to bring on. Let's just leave it there for now. Talk me through the 4-4-2 formation. I've never used any. It's kind of like an old tactic that I saw, but it was way too attacking. And if you had a good team, it's probably to set it up in the way it was originally done would be you'd win everything. But if you don't have a very good team, then you can still use it, but you have to dumb it down. So it's an old tactic that somebody came up with that I've dumbed down to fit all teams. So I've changed the roles in midfield. I've changed the roles of the attacking mids. And I've changed the roles of the wing backs. So I've dumbed the whole tactic down. But the tactic is just a formation in terms of the instructions. If you do FM24, you have to change the instructions according to who you're playing. And that's why, like, I've been playing with a standard defensive line of late. But when I start playing teams like Leicester and Crystal Palace, and then I'm going to move the line up. So you have to adjust your tactic all the time. I don't think it matters what shape you actually play in anymore. People do say that the 4-2-3-1, oh, so close, is overpowered. I don't think it is. I think you can play in any shape now. Tried to make my final changes. And just, it's your instructions that are important. I've changed so many of these just to make it more user-friendly for... So Landerson, I think he needs to be in here, doesn't he? And then we will put in Larsson. Just give the midfield a little bit more bite. And I'm going to come off the trigger press a little bit. Don't need to do that either. Let's save some energy. And yeah, I mean, I think you could play in any old shape. But it's the instructions that are important, and you have to adapt those according to who you're playing. Hi Callum, how you doing? Good to see you, mate. But we don't want to let Arsenal back into this game now. Oh, take him out, take him out. Well done, well done. In fact, I think we want to slow this down a bit. Time waste. I don't want to pass into space anymore. We don't need to distribute quickly. We'll trigger press a bit more. Just slow it down. Just slow the game down now. Hey Jude, how you doing? We want to beat Arsenal. We want to go into third. Second game of the stream. We've beaten Villa 2-1. We are now beating Arsenal 2-1. Should go into third now, I think, at the end of today. Oh no, not another free kick, please. Don't do this late goal stuff. Ah, it's not going to be. It's gone out for a corner though, is it? We're going to concede from a set piece here. 2-2 would not make me very happy. Oh, FM. You didn't need to show that highlight, FM. You did not need to do that. And you don't need to do this either. We are way over the 5 minutes added on. Way over. Look at these three. These three are really going to put a press on. We're going to go long. Well done. Well done, goalkeeper. That should be it now. Come on, referee. We're 2 minutes over the 5 now. Yes, Ramirez wasted 2 minutes there. We have beaten Arsenal. Very nice indeed. I'm going to say we weren't at our best, but because we weren't. But we are now up into third. We're keeping this pressure on as teams below, like United and City start to fail. We'll be there. And now we've got... Yeah, shut up. Yeah. Verts. Not much I can say about that. Except that you were awesome. 2-1 wins against Villa and Arsenal. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. And what more important is this unbeaten run that we've been going on since that Norwich disaster. I think Norwich is the only game we've lost since the league started. So like, that's a pretty good run. I would say... Somebody trying to get in? I would say... hold on a second, be right back. Hello? Sorry, I'm streaming. It's okay, just Right, the cable has come back. All right, where was I? So yeah, we've only lost one game against Norwich, and I was most upset about that. But we'll put that into the past. So we're doing okay. Apart from that Norwich game, we're unbeaten. I think I do need to rest these boys. Let's rest them for a day. Even though it's 4 days, I'm still going to rest them. Florian Wirtz, Player of the Week. Borussia, they are second, are they? And I think we are third in the Europa League. This is going to be a big test then, is it? This is going to be a big test. Chelsea are top. Chelsea are the team to beat this year. And second and third. So this is the biggest game that we have. I of course want to finish. Yeah, I'd like to sign him as well. But I've got quoted. I actually made a polite inquiry. They would want 227 to 249 million. I'd like to sign him, but I don't think we're going to be doing that. Create excellent chances from set pieces. These guys are good from set pieces by the look of it. Good dribblers. Again, we're not getting told much. This is really interesting. These reports have been really interesting of late. I'm not being told anything about the team's pace, which is really interesting. I sometimes think that FM leaves things out. When you're doing well, FM decides not to help you so much. He's not particularly fast. He's quite pacey. He's not. So they're not particularly pacey. Let's check their midfield. Nah, they're not particularly that good. So I think for these guys, we're going to push the line up. They're good dribblers, but I am going to push the line up a little bit. I want to get in their face a little bit. And, I want to find out as well, like, how do they play? Oh, they play a wing style, and so therefore I am going to pull my line back. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because wing play is deadly. If you don't have a deep line, they will get behind you. And if you put your line deeper, they find it very difficult then to get behind you. And what you've got to look for, if you are playing a high line, what you've got to look for is the diagonal balls. If they are putting in diagonal balls that way and getting first to the ball, their wingers are getting first to the ball. You've got to drop your line back because you want to stop that happening. So because they're in wing play, we're going to keep the standard line as we were doing. It's just I'm looking at scout reports, Ben. I'm not looking. I'm looking for certain things, groups of things, like things that will go together: tackling, strength, composure, all things that will go together. And sometimes FM will give you clumps of things, like they're good passing, good vision, good composure and decisions. Then you know they are going to pass the ball around. So just gives you an idea in your head how you're going to have to play. And when I see wing play, then it means they're going to try and get behind my defense. So if I pull my defense back, then they shouldn't find it easy to get behind my defense. The knock on for that is that that you might get these long shots, and that is the problem. But to counteract that, what I might do is play these guys in a low block again, which probably makes sense because I'm getting goals scored from long shots. So I do want to maybe a mid block would be better. I don't know, it's a tough one, this. But I think at the end of the day, I'll make a decision. I'm going to play high up the pitch. I think we should be good enough. Let's play high up the pitch to begin with. And then we can come into a low block later if we need to. He's a good player. I like him. You could get 2 to 3 years out of that boy. This is a big game. This is a game that I really want to win. And hopefully, I don't want to see again. My assistant is saying, but he is saying go into a low block. Oh, I think we are conceding. I don't know what you guys think, but I don't agree with him. We are not conceding goals from inside the penalty area. We're conceding goals from outside the penalty area. So I don't necessarily agree with him on that. Got to set up the bench here. Kamalo's not registered. Moreno can come on there. Veloso for Kamalo. Shazavari can come in here. And that's it. This won't be the end of the world if we lose this. But I don't want to lose it. I want to keep the pressure up. Ben and Callum, I've been playing for... and Simon, I've been playing this game for 15 years. And I watch somebody... and they do something for a particular reason. I learn stuff all the time. It's the only way to learn is to watch people. And I saw someone do something the other day, and I couldn't work out why he did it. He didn't explain why he'd done it, but when I thought about it, it made absolute sense. And then he went and scored 2 goals. And yeah, I mean, that's how you actually learn how this game functions. He did something with his lines and the passing directness, and it just made when I thought about it, it's like, of course that's why he did that. We don't do never press, and I mean, I learn stuff all the time. I research stuff all the time as well. Gotta watch these boys. Who's the playmaker? 14 and 13 is not him. Fraulo, 15 and 15. Let's start by shutting him out of the game. But he started 5 years ago. Yeah, I mean, this is a much... tactical thinking is what this is about. I love it because it's a tactical game. I think I want us to play like we are favourites. That's what I need to be telling them. They're all very happy at the moment. Play like we are favourites. We just ask him again. I can't ask him again. Don't know why sometimes he doesn't want to talk to me. Sometimes he just says, I'm not talking to you, boss. I'm a bit upset and I don't want to talk to you. Jesus Abba, what a great player. All the way from Brazil. Brought him from Coritiba with us. He's loving it in the Premier League. Got to get Kamalo up to his standard. Penalty, ref? If we can win this one, I'll be a very happy manager. Even take a draw in this one. Colt! Peterson, not exactly the person you wanted to be there at that time. But we've made a good start. We are a side that should be winning this. Go on, go on. Oh, what a chance. Was it Peterson again? He's had both the shots. No wonder we got 2 off target. We needed one of our attacking mids in there, not Peterson. I was just wondering now if I couldn't play Kamalo in this one, could I? Because Kamalo's not registered for this. So playing this team was probably the right move. Down to 5th. That's not good. But it doesn't really matter. All I want is top 8. I really don't worry too much about this, except getting in the top 8. If we don't get in the top 8, I'm going to be very annoyed with this team. Which is why I really don't want to lose this game. So I've set up, like, deciding, okay, let's not lose. Oh, that was poor. Who was that? Who was that? Our Will Davis. Need to give him a shout. Focus, boy. Because I've told him, he should have been told. No, you need to tell him less often. Also, I want Peterson less often as well. It's wing play after all. So I don't want them charging out at the wingers. So maybe that was my fault. Error. But we're getting beaten at the moment. I don't like that very much. Let's have a look at the possession. We're doing fine. Just need a goal, boys, and then confidence will flow. Oh, close. Another corner. This is a big game. They are obviously one of the top teams in the competition. We need to beat them to let them know we want to win this. Although, like I said, is it a good idea to win these competitions this year? Just wait for next year. Be patient. What was he doing? Villa are 1-0 up. Thanks, Joby. He's been injured. He's been out injured, hasn't he, McGinn? He's back tonight, is he? Come on, goalkeeper. What are you doing? Come on, boys. They are looking a little bit lethargic. Their passing is a little bit... It's a little bit weary. And there's another example. So we got to do a little bit better. He's onside. So we need to demand more. Can't yet. Because the passing looks a little bit weary to me. And they are looking a little bit weary. So with that in mind, I think we should come off that. Are you going to have another goal from a set piece again? No. I think my assistant might have been right. Let's get them into a low block. Let's just defend. We'll take a point. I don't want them. Let's get men behind the ball. Since they are beating us, we are good enough to pinch a goal. There's nothing much happening though. And that's fine. We'll just play it like this now. Just nothing happening. Come on, Karaoke. You're better than that. Those two midfielders are so good. He is 31 now, Tonali. But I get another 2 years out of Tonali at least. No, actually, Simon and Maurice, Jojo, it's not useful and I should take that off. And the reason why, sometimes I just forget to take it off. Because you're not, what you're telling your players, when you're playing in the low block, you're telling your players that that third of the pitch doesn't matter. You're going to let them have the ball in their own area of the pitch. So what you're going to do is you're going to have one or two of your players. One or two of your players who are not obeying the team instructions. So they are going to get out of shape. Because what will happen is immediately you're going to have two forwards defending here. You're going to tell them to close the goalkeeper down. So both of them will go forward to close the goalkeeper down, leaving huge gaps. And you should just be saying, stay where you are, stay in shape. And yeah, I'd forgotten to actually take that off. So thank you for that. Yeah, so thank you for reminding me that I hadn't done that. I did it last time I went into a low block, but forgot. Because they're going to leave a huge gap, which they can work around easily then. You've got two players who are not even focused on what's happening then. Yeah, you're right. I don't mind this score. I really don't mind this score at all. I agree with Ben as well. I've never been a FIFA player, but I've watched it and watched people playing it. And I agree with Ben that I just love the tactical stuff in here. Even before I was referee, you don't need to have a look at that. It's a penalty. We haven't had a pen for a long time. And yeah, I mean, I even before I was playing FM, I loved studying how teams were playing, the tactical stuff they were doing. No penalty? Come on, ref. Darlington promoted and left Port Vale. Lower leagues are tricky. Thing about lower leagues is just don't try to do anything fancy. Just keep it very simple. Standard lines. Like if I could with lower league, I'd just do everything standard. Standard passing, balanced, standard lines, standard tempo. Just don't try and do anything that's a little bit fancy. You weren't that bad, boys. You were not that bad, but you've got to get better. And, yeah, lower leagues can be annoying. People think you should play direct football in lower leagues. Not necessarily have to. Just keep everything very, very simple, and you'll do okay. And we've shown that when we've done lower league stuff. We've shown you just keep everything very, very simple, and you'll be okay. And we've won trophies, titles. Oh, boys. You've got to take one of these. But I do agree, lower leagues can be a nightmare. Well, Real Madrid are back to 2-2. I might have to watch the highlights of that later. I mean, like, passing, direct passing is just simply like getting the ball up from back to front with as few people being involved. I mean, that's why direct passing is good for lower leagues. But standard passing will do the same job. It's just there'll be a couple more people involved getting from back to front. And whichever one of those, but I just like to do so, just uncomplicate everything for your team in lower leagues and you'll be okay. And I need to do something here because this 0-0, we should be winning this, and there it is. Guay has made it 1-0, so I don't have to worry. Just when I'm thinking we should be winning this, I need to do something. We are possibly going to go to the top now, are we? Unless Chelsea are winning again. So 1-0. That's what I wanted. Oh, we have gone to the top. Chelsea are drawing, are they? Another set piece. Come on then, let's get another one. Nope. I'm good in the lower leagues. It's harder to get another job on FM if you get sacked. Yeah, it is. I mean, it does reflect real life. If you get sacked, managers don't go back into a job straight away. You just got to keep applying and keep applying, keep flicking through the months. João Neves is not having a very good game. So I might actually bring on Yoro. Let's give him a chance to show what he can do. I'll play him as the anchor. Let's give him a chance to see what he can do. And Canate is not playing particularly well. Let's give Sidama a run out there. Carioca's tired, so Veloso can come on here. So let's just see if we can just hold on to this. Again, I think tactically we've done this right. I wanted to push the line up, if you remember, but then I decided no. Let's keep the line back. They haven't been very effective at all. In fact, I haven't seen them produce anything that has freed up their wingers, and their passing actually shows that. Where's the camera going? We have no idea. Come on, goalkeeper. Even a 1-1 I'll be quite happy with, but a win would be absolutely fabulous. Come on, counter-attack. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Let's whip it into the box. Oh, penalty, ref. Come on, Yoro. There he is, playing as that anchor now. He can play that role. Tidied up very nicely there. Supporting very nicely. Go on, son, have a dip. Tonali's having a go. I actually quite like it. I haven't been sacked for about 3 years now, and I did the last time I got sacked. I quite liked it because you never know where you're going to end up, and you can't really be fussy. Once you've been sacked, you're pretty much forced to take the job that comes along, so you never know where you're going to end up. It's quite a nice thing to actually happen. I'm going to give Shazavari a game. He hasn't had a game for a while. And probably Arwell Davis needs to come off. He's not playing very well. Moreno. Peterson can come over here. And then we'll put Moreno on. So yeah, one day I would like to get sacked again. But actually, when you get to know the game, it is quite difficult to get sacked. I've been threatened with the sack once in the last few years, but since I've been doing YouTube now, I haven't been sacked at all. No, I think I got threatened once when I was doing Norwich. Not the Alex Ferguson save, because that was just the best save ever. But maybe we'll get sacked from Newcastle if we go into a bad run. I can't see it, though. This team now is so good. I can't see us getting sacked from Newcastle. And we've still got one or two very good young players as well. Like, forget that Jesus Abba is young, Kamalo's young, Shazavari is young. Got one or two very, very good young players here. And we are just like putting one of the best teams in this competition to bed here to quite easily. I just need to keep an eye on the clock. Another 2 minutes and we'll shut the game down. Job done. But it'll only take one opportunity. So let's try and get another goal first. Go on, Gray. Little pass here. Oh, he's taking it himself. Little chip. Oh. Now it's time to close the game down, I think. Let's go shorter passing and we'll just shut this down completely. Let's go narrow. We don't need that anymore. And don't need to do anything there. We'll just keep it like that now. See the game out. Job done. He is pulling them onto us a little bit, but I don't mind. They're going to have to play very, very well to get back into this game now. It's almost all over. Come on, referee. We're over time here. Well, if we score again, I don't mind. Nice pass, that. Penalty. It's got to be time up now, ref. Another good victory. That was a super victory. Very well done, lads. Again, not at our best, but we got the result. And now we are top of the league. What happened to Chelsea? 0-0. So now we've gone ahead on goal difference, have we? Our goal difference is the same. I wonder how they've worked that out. So that's a good result. That's a very, very good result. And is this where it goes wrong? I think we've just got one more game to play tonight, haven't we? Where are we? Oh no, we could possibly do 2 more. But West Ham, another banana skin. Where are West Ham? 11th. So we should be beating West Ham. Again, we are away though. West Ham. Let's go to the data hub. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing. Again, wing play. And I might have made an error here. 28th of November. I can't rest them now, can I? We're going to try and rest them. We'll take a chance here. If we can't rest them, we're going to be in big trouble. Which will mean that all those are not available for selection. We should be able to. There's one day which is not a rest day, this one. We should be okay. Doing the first Journeyman. Got the Hertha job. Nice. Currently second in the Bundesliga, but still, yeah. It's a tough ask, that, because you're in a league that it's very difficult to you're going to find it very, very difficult to overcome Bayern. It usually takes about 4 or 5 seasons before you can get close. You've got to have them decline. It's a bit like Manchester City. If you start off in the Premier League, then overtaking Manchester City is difficult because they have to go into decline first and you have to get better. So it takes a good four seasons. If you were with Fulham, for example, you'd struggle for 4 seasons. You have to build up your team. City have to decline, and then eventually it might take a little bit longer in the Prem. So, and as a journeyman, you've started quite high in the Journeyman, I started in Indonesia to get about gaining experience, and you've started quite high up, so I wouldn't try to do anything other than there might be, depending on what your goals are, Simon. If your goals are that you want to win all the major trophies, the intercontinental trophies, then it might be move to somewhere else where it's easier to win one of those trophies. But if you're just looking to Journeyman means that you're going to develop your own career and you're going to go wherever. So it might be finish second and then go and get a job somewhere else where it's easier to win titles. And what might be interesting then is you go back to Germany later and then you were able to beat Bayern Munich. So it's really what your goals are. What do you want to do in terms of your journey? So as a journalist, started the second league of Greece, first league of Greece, right? And have you won any trophies yet? Doesn't sound like you've won too many trophies. So yeah, I would keep going because Bayern at this point in time should not be unbeatable because you've had a long journey. So I'd keep going. You've just got to figure out a way to beat them, and that's your tactical. I would play, if they are still dominant, play the big teams in a low block with a standard defensive line. Make sure you don't lose against the big teams. Because you have had a bit of a journey there, and it's an interesting journey. So yeah, I would. You're at a point where you should be able to overturn Bayern, and it's really about your tactical stuff now, and of course your transfer market stuff. Buy the best players that you can, that money will allow, and tactically make sure you don't lose against the bigger teams. And once you've got to that point, then you should be winning the title. You've also got European competition, so I mean you're not in a bad spot there. This has been a very long journey with 94 episodes in now, and we started very, very small, and we've got bigger jobs as we've gone along, and we've won a ton of trophies. How many trophies have I won now? It's just like 20 something. How many trophies? Where am I going to find this out? I don't know how. I think it's 20, 23, 24 trophies in this save. Yeah, I mean, think about what your goals are and then work everything around your goals. I decided that I wanted to win 4 of the 5 intercontinental trophies, and we've done that. We've pretty much one left to do. We're pretty much nearly there now. And I do want to rotate a little bit against West Ham. I'm not going to play this team against West Ham. So Kamalo can come back in. Florian Wirtz can have a rest. Zamora can come in here. Siedemar can play for Kanate. Veloso can come onto the bench. Shazafari can come onto the bench. Moreno can play. Patterson is a left back, isn't he? Yeah. Patterson can give Davis a rest. And Larson Is it Larsson or Anderson? Landerson. Yeah, that will do. Just rotate a little bit against West Ham. Cheers. Yeah, I just love the low block. I'm a really big fan. I've been a really big fan of the low block since they fixed it in FM22, and it just worked so well, and it's continued to work. And if you understand what a low block is, then you can use the low block to such good effect in this game. And for a long time, I didn't understand what a low block really was, and I was like, and I had to research it and figure out what it was and why a low block was so effective, and to realize that it isn't actually a defensive tactic in the sense of mentality. Move him to the Weirmouth under 21s. Who are the... What? Oh no, that's his name, not the team. Yeah, I mean, it's people get this idea that it is a defensive tactic. It's just basically you're starting attacking from deeper in the pitch. That you're giving up some of the pitch, and once you understand what it is, then you can use it very effectively. But if you're afraid of it, as I was for a long time, then you will become too defensive in terms of your mentality, and that's not a good way to approach it. Manchester City won again, did they? 3-0 against West Brom. But if we win here, we do have a chance of overtaking Tottenham. West Ham generally, when I play West Ham, they generally, like some games, it looks like they're playing at 200 miles an hour. That's wing play. And if they're playing well, it means you've got to drop your line. Bayomo, he's not featuring anyway. Chelsea won. So again, the pressure's on us. We have to win this. I don't want to change anything, Mr. Assistant, that we're doing. We're doing well. We are playing a lot of away games at the moment. And this might be one that doesn't go to plan. Dortmund just got 3-2. All right, yeah. I actually am happy that Real Madrid are losing. I'm not a fan of Real Madrid. Go out there and impress me. Why not tell them that? Make me proud. Let's keep the pressure on these teams. Very important. So I've rotated a bit here. This is always putting a weaker team out is interesting. Is it a good move because the other boys were getting tired? I mean, the boys who've come in are certainly capable of winning this game, like Landerson, Mora, Kumalo, Sidamar, Moreno. They are absolutely super players, and they are my reserve team, and if they were my first team, I wouldn't be complaining about them. And they're playing a 4-4-2. I don't like 4-4-2s. I actually love a 4-4-2, but I don't like playing against them. I'm going to switch in a minute because I want to see more of the game. I'm just going to go comprehensive for a while, just to see how this 4-4-2 is actually playing out. When they're playing at the moment as more of a 4-2-4. They're pushing their wingers quite high, which is interesting. How they defend will be also quite interesting. Oh, unlucky. 4-2 for Real Madrid. Oh, no way. I was hoping Dortmund could do that one. It's a good game, though. Sounds like a very good game. Tomorrow I want to watch Liverpool playing Leipzig. That will be hopefully a very good game. Penalty, ref. Come on. That was against me. That would have been a definite pen. As I've got older, I kind of have become less passionate about the team I've supported all my life, but I just enjoy good football now. And it doesn't matter for me who's playing. As long as it's a good game of football, I'll appreciate it. And so tomorrow I'm quite looking forward to Liverpool and Leipzig. And I think as long as it's a great game, and there's every chance it'll be a really good game, I'll be quite looking forward to that. Tweaking your tactic too much, yes, can have negative effects. It also depends on how good your team is. So the better that your players are, the more they're going to be able to adapt to changes with tactics. So this Newcastle team should be able to cope with tactical changes quite easily. They're a very good team and should be able to cope with it. There's very few weak areas in this team. So the second point, key highlights I really don't like because you don't have any control. And I think you're offside there, Siedemar. But I sometimes will do this where I come back to comprehensive, because especially against 4-4-2s. Yeah, I did think he was offside. Because I need to figure out their shape and how they are playing. And I can't do that in key highlights. I don't have time to do that in key highlights. I don't think, I mean, we are dominating them and they're not really putting any undue pressure on us. And their wingers, who are always going to be the danger in a 4-4-2, are not causing us major headaches. So I actually don't think we need to panic, and I can switch back to extended. Oh, unlucky Sam. I think I might actually, not yet though, go positive at some point. Oof. Got to remember we are the away team. And all I want to do if we're away from home is to make sure we don't lose. And 9 times out of 10, taking that mentality, we're winning. That's poor. Who was that? That was very poor. What I've got to keep an eye on is our shots on target isn't very good. I can't see that West Ham are causing us any problems whatsoever. And second half I might go more positive. Go on, Kamalo. Come on, put me out of my misery. No, not to me. I think West Ham, if I were to look at my career overall, I would say West Ham are a bit of a bogey team for me. I don't know why. I never seem to get on too well against West Ham. Kamalo is playing well. I want to get the ball to Kamalo. Let's focus our play through the middle. he's playing well, let him have the ball. Come on, boys. Let's get this goal. Oh, what's the goalkeeper doing? We're totally playing the game now in their half. We've been totally dominant. Let's go positive for the last five minutes or so. Oh, we got to do something. I'm not seeing that they are sitting back. Switch everything up once I concede a goal. I used to be like that. Used to panic. But there's no need. You don't have to. I'm switching it up just to try and push more people forward, because we're not being hurt at all by West Ham. In fact, I don't think they've had a single shot. So we can push a few more bodies forward. But what we are not doing is getting the ball. We are not following the game plan particularly well. So we need to be a little bit more disciplined. Oh, that's better. We're inside the box now, which is what we should be doing. So I just feel we just need to be a little bit more disciplined about what we're doing. And that might be what we need to do. I mean, there's no reason why we shouldn't go on and win this game, but it could be. Who's injured? Mora. Is he alright though? Doesn't look alright. I mean, we did rotate the team, and it might be a rotation issue, this. Oh, I say. Did he get himself really badly hurt? No, he's alright. He was just pretending. So this isn't good enough. This isn't good enough. I'm far from pleased. Cedamar 6.4, Gray 6.5. This might be... I think we might push the line up here. Try and get a little bit further forward. I'm going to take the counter press off. I don't think we do that very well. And Cedamar and Gray are going to get a sound telling off. And these two boys are not doing the biz. He's not particularly playing very well either. He's gone off the boil, João Neves. Not happy with you three. Now, let's go and win this game. 1-0 will be fine. Will be a good result as far as I'm concerned, but got to do better than what we're doing. They still have not had a shot on goal. We've got a 50% shots on target now, which is good. And I'd be worried that we might be getting FM'd here, but our shots on target ratio is good. So just need to be patient. No, we are not getting FM'd. I just need to figure it out. Be patient. But they are coming back. This is a function of going more positive now, isn't it? Let's go back to being more balanced, because we're letting them back into the game, and it also could be a function of the fact we pushed the line up now. trying to be more attacking, we're giving them space. Everything is a risk. Let's go back to extended. I don't think that we have to worry too much. Yeah, they're getting in behind our line now, aren't they? That's what I've done. Ah, you idiot. They're getting behind the line now. And that's what they've done after half time. That was my error. You see, that's what you do. If you panic, I've left too much space in behind. And if you panic and make those changes, leave space, FM will take advantage of it. Oh, what a fool. So maybe we were due a defeat, which is not good. I have to shout at these boys. West Ham have dominated. We've let them dominate it. 2 shots, 2 on target. And because of the changes I made, that's why that was. Right, let's get these forwards off. Kanate. Kumalo can go up top. And I'm going to bring Shazavari on. Neves again has had a very poor game. Larson can come on, do the ball winning job. And Gué, he's not playing particularly well. Landerson, absolutely awful. Tonali can come on. Let's leave it at that for now. Absolutely beaten them soundly, but I made dreadful errors there, didn't I? Absolutely dreadful errors. Cheers, Simon and Maurice. Thanks for coming along. Hope to see you again. No, that's not good enough. You've got to do better than this, boys. I'm going to go attacking now. But I'm going to keep the line where it was. This is the defeat that was bound to come eventually. And I did say West Ham, like always a bogey team of mine, no matter who I'm playing with. Except when I'm managing West Ham, of course. Against West Ham, I've always have like poor risk. Well done, Gué. He were in. Chance. Oh. Let's get these wing backs further up the pitch. And let's get Larson further up the pitch as well. Let's go for it. Go on, Kanate. Come on, boys. Got to attack them now. Oh, good tackle. Chance! Kumalo! But he's going to be given offside, I think. He's going to be given offside. I think he's going to be given offside. Come on, FM. We deserve this goal. Yes, it's awarded 1-1. Brilliant. What a substitution. Kanate did really well. And we pushed Kumalo up top and bang. Still got one more sub, haven't I? Jesus, Abba is very tired. He hasn't had a break, actually, has he? Let's bring on Yoro. He's played every game. Going attacking, we might have turned this game around. Just got to be brave. But I've just switched my central defender now, haven't I? They will score from the set piece. Well done, goalkeeper. I think pushing Larson forward and the left wing back has possibly turned the game around in our favour. We got, oh, there's a chance for Kanate. Go on, son. Oh, what a chance. I wish it had been Kamalo. We've totally destroyed them since we made those changes. But it was just too late. We're running out of time. It's going to finish 1-1. We're going to finish in third. 4 points behind. I'm not too unhappy by that. What time is it? Oh, we've had it nicked off us, have we? Well, well, well. My bogey team West Ham have done it again. What happened there? So that move across the 6-yard line. Again, it's impossible to do that, but can't complain. We've scored many goals from that. Oh, come on, boys. Still in it. Oh, what a dreadful, dreadful result. It was going to happen sometime. Ah, not too happy about that result, boys. Undone by Lewis Miley. Old Newcastle boy. Should have won this one, but hey ho, that's how life is sometimes. I made some errors just after half time, or just before half time, and it didn't go down very well. Come on, we're still in this. We still got the ball. Still make a chance. This will be it, though. Last chance. Chance for Mora! Oh, boy, oh, boy. Are we going to be allowed to take the corner? Hey, come on, get it into the box. That's a good ball. Mora again. He's not playing very well at the moment, is he? West Ham going to break and score, you know. Good tackle. We're way over time. Well, we did have a chance. Still 99 minutes on the clock, but it has now gone to full time. Not too happy about that one. But eventually we were going to lose. You were not good enough, unfortunately. Let's see Demar 6.3 as well up front. Not good enough. And that, unfortunately, means we are 5 points off Chelsea. But still, and 4 off Manchester City, but Lewis Miley was the difference. Okay, boys, that is going to be it. That's where we are going to finish it today. We're going to finish it on a defeat, I'm afraid. And after all that, where we picked ourselves up after Norwich. It's only our second defeat of the season, and it's been a long season so far. And I'd still say we're doing pretty well, and we are still third in the Premier League. We are top of the group in the Europa League, and we're still in all the cups. So we can't complain. We just had a bad result there, and it's something we have to put behind us and move on to Brighton in the next round of games. So we're going to say goodnight, and thanks for coming along. Thanks for watching. And I do appreciate all the support that you guys give to the channel. The more you watch, the more the videos will be thrown out. Don't forget, if you're in the chat, give us a like. We did okay, Andy. Good to see you that you've made it. We did okay until the last game. Just a refresher for you, Andy. We beat Villa 2-1. We beat Arsenal 2-1, both in the Prem. Then we beat second place Borussia Mönchengladbach to go top of the Europa League group. But we just got undone by West Ham. And it was Lewis Miley of West Ham who provided the assist for the winning goal. So maybe I should have type marked him. Next time we come up against West Ham, I'll be type marking Lewis Miley, a former Newcastle player who undid us. But overall, we have won 3 and lost 1 tonight. Not a bad place to be. Third in the league, but 5 points behind Chelsea now. And top of the Europa League. So, on course. Maybe should have played Ward-Prowse. Or at least brought him on as a sub, yeah. So we're going to call it a day there. Thanks for popping in, checking it out, Andy. And hopefully we'll see you guys on Thursday. Manchester United are playing in Europe on Thursday. But I'm not sure I want to even watch that because I don't fancy our chances against even Fenerbahce or whoever we're playing. So I'll be back on Thursday, and hopefully we're going to have better results. We're going to move into the transfer window soon. So I need to start making decisions about who I'm going to bring in January during December. So as we move into December, and hopefully a good December, we've got better fixtures in December. Hopefully we will finish top of the league by the end of December. So all's on course. Take care, guys. Don't forget, drop us a like if you are still here in the chat. And we'll see you all on Thursday. Take care. Oh, by the way, Andy, did your son win the cricket? How did that go? Indoor cricket, I believe, was it? Did he win? Hopefully a good win all round. So, okay, guys, I'll be back on Thursday. Take care. See you soon. And have a good night, what's left of it. Take care. Thanks for coming.